See the procedure here. So we need to take one long plastic tube of length nearly 200 centimeter and cut it in half along the length of the tube. Okay, so first of all, you have to take 200 centimeter length long plastic tube. So cut that one into half. And we have to use that parts as a inclined track here. So we have to mark the readings on the track in centimeters. So we have to place one end of the tube on a book and the other end on the floor. So these are the books here. So we have to place this one end of the tube on the book and other end on the floor. And here, keep a steel plate on the floor. So this is a steel plate here. On the floor at the bottom of the track, consider the reading at the bottom of the track to be 0. So here the readings we have to take 0. Now take a marble having adequate size to travel in the track freely. So we have to take one marble which is moving freely from this track from top to bottom here. So now we have to release a marble freely from a certain distance, say 40 centimeters. For example, if you place a marble here, assume that. So here to here, we have to take the distance is 40 centimeters. So when we release a marble, here we have to start the reading now. That means we have to start the digital clock. So when the marble covers 40 centimeter distance, then it will give the time here in how much of time it travels 40 centimeters. So when the marble is released, it moves down on the track and strikes the steel plate. So when it strikes the steel plate, we have to stop the digital clock. So when it strikes the plate, it produces a sound. So we have to repeat that same experiment for the same distance 2 to 3 times and have to note the values of time in table given here. Okay, we have to do the same experiment with 40 centimeters 3 times, and we have to increase the distance here. So this is a table given here. So in this, we have to write distance, time, average time, and 2s by t square. That means time by this distance we have to take here. So we have to repeat this experiment with various distances now. And we have to find the average time 2s by t square for every trial. So will it be constant and equal to acceleration y? So every time the 2s by t square average time is equal for every distance. If it is equal, y they are asking. So after completion of this, we have to draw the distance versus time graph here. So what are the values we'll get? So depends upon that value, we have to draw the graph here. And we have to do this experiment for various slopes of the track and find the acceleration in each case. So various slopes means we have to increase the book size here. Okay, when you take more books, then the slide will be increases. When you take the less books, then the slide will be decreases. When it is a more slide, then the object will move very fastly. Okay, so is there any relation between the slope and acceleration? Means yes. There is a relation between slope and acceleration. If the slope increases, acceleration is also increases. And here, what do you notice from the distance time graph for various slopes? What will observe, Nana, when you draw the graph here? Tell me. Tell me, anyone. When we draw the graph here, what is the information we'll get from this? What we'll observe? Yeah, tell me fast. Jashwant, start your video. And Sharanya, Suresh. Sharanya, start your video. Suresh, you also start your video. Yes, can anyone tell the values Nana here? What are the values we'll get here in this? Just guess it. For example, first of all, we have taken 40 centimeters, assume that. Then the time, in how much of time it covers 40 centimeter distance. What is the T1, T2?
3 seconds.
Okay, 10 seconds. T2.
టీచర్ మనం ఏ ఫోర్స్ లేకుండా ఫస్ట్ ఎలా వేసామో అలాగే వేస్తే డిస్టెన్స్ అనేది అంటే టైం ఈక్వల్ గానే ఉండిద్దా?
ఇక్కడ చూడండి అన్న, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనం 40 సెంటీమీటర్ డిస్టెన్స్ దగ్గర ఒక 3 టైమ్స్ చేసాం అనుకుందాం. సో కొన్నిసార్లు ఒక సెకండ్ అటు ఇటు అవ్వచ్చు, సేమ్ డిస్టెన్స్ అయినప్పటికీ కొన్నిసార్లు 1 సెకండ్ అటు ఇటు అవ్వచ్చు. సో టెల్ మీ హియర్ T1, T2, T3 for 40 centimeter distance.
9 seconds.
Okay, 9.
11.
Okay, 11. Then what is the average time here? So you have to do addition of these three. 10 plus 9 plus 11 by 3 you have to do.
By 3, okay. 10, 30, 30 by 3. 10. Teacher, 10.
Okay, then 2 is by t square. 2 into 40 by 10 square. $80 by 100. Tell me. Tell me fast.
Four by 5.
The 0.8 will get. For example, if you are taken 50 centimeter distance. So in this 50 centimeter distance, maybe marble covers 9, 8. When I take here. Okay, the average will get here 8. So here we have to take 2 into 50 by 8 square. So 100, this is by 8 square is a 64. So we'll get here 1.5 now. And for example, 60. Assume that's 8, 7, something 8. You will get here 7, something like that. Again 2 into 60 by 7 square. This is 120 divided by 49. So you will get here 2.4 something. So assume that here we are taken 40 centimeter distance and 50 centimeter and 60 centimeter distance. So we observe T1, T2, T3. 3 times we observe in all the distances here. So we got here 2s by t square is 0.8, 1.5 and 2.4. So here it is increasing. Nana. If the distance is increasing, then 2s by t square is also increasing here. So here see, we find the average time at 2s by t square for every trial. Will it be constant and equal to acceleration? Why? So here It is changing, Nana. It is increasing. So 0.8 we got and 1.5 something and 2.4 something we got here. Every time it is increasing. Average time and 2s by t square. Average time is decreasing. Average time is decreasing. First of all, we got 10. After that, 8, 7. So like that we got. Here average time is decreasing and 2s by t square is increasing. Yes, this is not constant. So when the slope is increasing, then the average time is decreasing. So slope increase అయిన కొద్ది మనకి ఏమవుతుంది డిస్టెన్స్ కవర్ చేసే టైం అనేది తగ్గుతుంది. Yes, it is decreasing. So we can say acceleration is increasing. Acceleration increasing. So these are not constant here. So when you draw a graph here between these two, we'll get one increasing order of the diagram. మనకి acceleration continuously increase చేస్తూ పోతుంది. Yes, are you understood this one here?
Yes, teacher.
All of you.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
So here, Nana, see, what do you notice from the distance and time graph for various slopes? So here the slope is increasing. For the various slopes, here the distance and time is also changing. Yes, it is increasing here. The average speed is increasing. Acceleration is increasing. So here we have to do the same experiment with the iron block also, or any one small ball also, which is moving freely on the track. We can take that one object and we can do this experiment. So when the slope will be increases, then the acceleration increases, then the average time covered by the object will be decreases. Slope increase అవుతే అక్కడ దానికి ఏంటి టైం అనేది తగ్గిపోతుంది, ఎందుకంటే ఫాస్ట్ గా డిస్టెన్స్ కవర్ చేసేయచ్చు కాబట్టి. So if the slope increases, then the time will be decreased here. Then the acceleration also increases here.
Okay, teacher.
So that is the experiment here. So give your explanation for various acceleration related to slopes they are asking. So if the slope increasing, acceleration is also increasing. When the slope increases, the object covers very fastly the distance which we are taken there.
మనం జారుడు బలం మీద జారుతున్నాం.
Yeah. So see now, problems which we have in this chapter. So first of all, given here, a car is moving with the initial velocity 15 meters per second and car stopped after 5 seconds by application of brakes. Find the retardation or deceleration. So here a car is moving with initial velocity is 15 meters per second. Initial velocity given. And car stopped after 5 seconds. 5 seconds after the car has stopped here by application of brakes. So we have to find the deceleration of this car. So see now. Here t equals to given 5 seconds because after 5 seconds, after starting of 5 seconds, it is stopped. So we don't know final time, final distance, what is it covered. But initially given 15 meters per second and we need to find the acceleration. So this is 0 here because it is stopped now here. It is stopped. So that's why we are taken here 0. And substituting these values in the equation v equals to u plus at. So here v value is 0. So v equals to u plus 80. So v equals to 0, u equals to 15 plus a, we don't know. So a as it is 5 given. So we'll get here we can also write like this 15 plus a into 5 sorry equals to 0. So here a equals to we can write minus 15 by 5. Okay, so here 5 ones are 5 threes are. So A equals to minus 3 meter per second square. Why we got minus here? Because the person
Minus.
applied brakes. So the speed of the car is decreasing. So that's why here we got minus. Retardation or for deceleration will get negative values. So the speed of the car is decreasing. So that's why we got minus here for retardation. Suresh,
Teacher,
yes,
in our textbook there is different solutions and different question.
it is different question. Anu. Okay, this is a new textbook. No, in all textbook maybe they gave different one.
Okay, teacher.
See the next one. A bus is moving with the initial velocity u meter per second. So here given initial velocity of the bus is u meter per second. And after applying the brakes, its retardation is 0.5 meter per second square. So when he applies the brake, the speed of the bus will be decreased. And then here given 0.5 meter per second square. And it stopped after 12 seconds. So after 12 seconds completely, the bus has stopped. Here we need to find the initial velocity u and distance traveled by the bus after applying the brakes. So after applying the brakes, immediately the bus has not stopped. Here it will cover some distance when the brakes are applied to the bus. So we need to find the initial velocity and also the distance traveled by the bus after applying the brakes. So here acceleration given 0.5 meter per second square. Why we are taken minus here? Because we applied the brakes to the bus. So that means we are decreasing the speed of the bus. That is the deceleration or retardation. So that's why here we are taken minus 0.5 meter per second square. And v equals to 0 meter per second, final velocity of the bus. And t equals to given 12 seconds. So u, we don't know, initial velocity. So we need to find first of all initial velocity and the distance covered by the bus after applying the brakes. So first of all, we have to take here v equals to u plus at equation. So v is 0 and u we don't know. So as it is we have to take. A given minus 0.5 and t is a 12. So here see now. So 0 equals to u plus minus 0.5 into 12. So 0 equals to u plus. So this is minus 0.5 into 12 is minus 6. So 0 equals to minus into plus minus. So u minus 6. So from this we'll get u equal to 6 meter per second. So initial velocity we got here 6 meter per second. This is the initial velocity of the bus. So initial velocity of the bus is 6 meter per second. And here we need to find the distance traveled by the bus after applying the brakes. So for that we have to take distance. To find the distance, s equals to ut plus half at square we have to take here. So substitute all the values in this. So s value we don't know. So u value we know 6, that is here we got. And t is given 12 seconds plus half, a value 0.5 and into 12 square times.
Minus, teacher, minus 0.4.
Yeah, minus 0.5 this is. So here 6 into 12, 72 plus half. So half minus 0.5 into 12 square is 144. Okay, so here we can do multiplication. 144 into minus 0.5. So we'll get here 72, Nana. 0.5 into 144 is, we'll get 72. This is minus 72. So we can cancel this one. 2 ones are 2 3 are 2, 36 are 72. So 72 minus, or we can also write like this. So 72 minus 36 will get 36 meters. So bus has stopped 36 meter distance after applying the brakes. So brakes apply చేసిన తర్వాత కూడా 36 meters travel చేసి బస్ అనేది ఆగిపోయింది. Yes, are you listening, Jyotish?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah. Okay, 3 minutes only time is there, so we'll continue this in our next session. Nana. All of you started writing notes and the lab activity project.
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Teacher.
teacher.
Okay, how many of you completed? Yes, how many of you completed, Nana? No one completed?
On the way, teacher.
On the way. Which date I gave you to correct the notes?
September 11.
11th. Okay.
టీచర్
Hmm.
అండ్ టీచర్ మీరు అంటే బుక్స్ ఇచ్చిన వాళ్ళకి బుక్స్ చింపేస్తున్నారు కదా టీచర్, అందుకని లేట్ గా రాస్తారు అడగరు కదా అందుకని.
ఓకే, లేట్ గా రాస్తే ఎవరు అడగరు, నాదే అవ్వలేదంటే. ఓకే.